Good morning everybody, it's Wednesday morning and it's time for our literacy and topic gather time. Now, can everybody remember the name of our topic that we're learning about at the moment? Yes, that's right, it's God of the universe, and our topic is all about space. Now, last week we focused on one particular part of space. Can you remember where we were looking at last week? Yes, that's right, we were looking at the Earth. And our stories this week have all been about a different part of space. Can you remember? That's right. This week we're learning about the sun. Now, can you remember from our lessons last week why the sun is so important to the Earth? Yes, that's right. It gives us heat and it gives our planet light. And if we didn't have those things, then nothing would survive on planet Earth. There will be no life on our planet. But what is our sun? Well, our sun is a star. It's a giant ball of burning gas. And on the sun, there are lots of explosions. And the light that the sun gives us, we call sunshine. And the explosions cause heat, which is what warms our planet. Now, our sun is enormous. Do you know how many Earths it would take to fill the sun? 1 million times our planet could fit inside the sun. Our sun is absolutely enormous. Now, did you know there are actually thousands of stars that we can see in the skies, but our sun is brighter because our sun is nearer to us on Earth. But do you know how long it would take you if you wanted to fly in an aeroplane all the way to the sun, if it was possible? Do you know how long it would take you? It would take you 19 years to get there. So even though we can see our sun quite closely, it's actually really far away. So if you look carefully at our blow-up sun, you'll see that there are some darker red patches, and these indicate that the temperature on the surface of the sun here is cooler than the rest of the temperature on the surface of the sun. But don't be fooled, it's not that cooler. The surface of the sun is 5,500 degrees. Now, if we look at our little temperature gauge that we use when we do the weather when we come to school in the morning, you can see that my gauge only goes up to 30 degrees. 30 degrees would be what we would consider to be a hot day here in the UK. But imagine temperatures of 5,500 degrees. Imagine what that would feel like. Now, as well as giving us heat and light, our sun can produce some amazing effects for us to see in the sky. So I'm going to show you some pictures now. So I bet you've seen this before. That's right, it's a rainbow. But do you know why rainbows happen? Well, we need to have water droplets in the sky first, so rain. And then if the sun appears while it's raining, the rain causes the sun's white light to become split. And that's how we see these beautiful colours from red all the way to purple. So in order to make a rainbow, you need both rain or water and sun. Another amazing effect caused by the sun we can see in this picture here. It's called Aurora, or perhaps in some movies that you've watched, you may have seen it as the northern or southern lights, and you find it in the north and south pole. And these are caused by solar winds. That means sometimes the sun throws particles into space, and when it comes into contact with our Earth's atmosphere, these amazing lights happen. In your lifetime, if you're very lucky, you might experience a solar eclipse. So I've seen one of these when I was a little girl. Now, it's very important that we don't look directly at the sun when a big event like a solar eclipse is happening. But what happens here is that the moon, which we know is traveling around the Earth, and we know that the Earth travels around the sun, well, sometimes the moon gets in between the Earth and the sun, and just for a moment it will block out the sun's light. That's what gives us this big shadow that seems to be over the sun. Now, depending where you are on the Earth, you might suddenly experience that in the daytime the sky goes dark, or actually you might not see much of it at all. But this is a solar eclipse, and it's an amazing event that happens quite rarely. So today we've learned that our sun is very hot and very bright. It's a really powerful star. So we need to be careful that when we're outside playing in the sun, that we're protecting and looking after our bodies. So here's a picture of a little boy getting ready to play in the sun. What's he got that's going to help keep his body safe when he's out in the sunshine? Let's have a look together. Well, he's got his sun hat on to keep his head cool, and he's got his sunglasses on as well. He knows that he shouldn't look directly at the sun because it could really hurt his eyes. So in the bright sunshine, he's got his sunglasses on. He's also got with him his suntan cream, which is going to rub on his skin to stop his skin from getting burnt. Also, he knows he needs to drink plenty of water throughout the day to stay hydrated so he doesn't get thirsty, because his body's going to be sweating a lot because he feels really, really warm. He's got nice loose clothing on that feel quite light and airy. So he's got his shorts on and he's got his t-shirt on as well. And he knows that today, as well as playing in the sun, he also needs to find some time to play in the shade as well, not to stay in the sun for too long. So although it's really important to protect our bodies if we're outside in direct sunlight, it is important though to spend some time in the sunshine. The sunshine helps our bodies to produce something called vitamin D, which helps our muscles and our bones to grow really strong. Also, plants need the sun. Without the sunshine, the plants cannot grow and they can't produce food for us to eat. And without that food, other things on the planet wouldn't survive. So insects, humans, and animals wouldn't be able to live on planet Earth if the plants couldn't produce energy from the sun. And we call that process photosynthesis. So last week in our Gather Times, we learnt that day and night is caused by the Earth spinning on its axis. So if the country you are in is currently facing the sun, you'll be in daylight. And once it turns away from the sun, it will be nighttime. So on the floor, I've put some pictures of some different activities that happen in daytime and nighttime hours. So I'd like you to take a look at them with your mummies and daddies and decide which activities you do in the day and which you do at night. And also, can you put them in order for me as well? So let's go through them together now. So at the top here, we've got bath time, dinner time, bedtime, home time, lunchtime, get up and dressed, breakfast time, arrive at school, sleeping, and playing outside after school. So can you put these in the right order for me, and also talk to your mummies and daddies about which things happen in the morning and which happen at night? So I've put my pictures in this order here. Take a look for me, and is this the same order that you decided to put the pictures into? And did you talk with your mummies and daddies about which activities happen in the morning and which happen at night? If you're really clever, you could use the words morning, afternoon, evening, and night. I hope you got them in the right order.